What's up, guys? Jalen Barnes, Denzel Barnes with Ron's Brothers TV. Today we are talking about, it was just announced that God of War Ascension is coming out, a prequel to the God of War series. And it got us to thinking about the idea of when do franchises need to die? You know, franchises go on for a long time. If it's making money, companies tend to keep it going. So is there a clear-cut time frame when it's like, okay, this is enough? A franchise needs to be left alone. Let it end, you know, or do different factors kind of impact that? So let's get started.
Yeah, I would definitely say it depends on the franchise because I like to compare it to like food, because each kind of food has its own expiration date, a time when if you leave it out for this long, then it goes bad. I mean, you can't compare everything to be the same because, like, basically what I mean is like, other things go into factors. You have books. You can't really compare the longevity of a book series to the longevity of a movie series. It's different. Books, a lot of times, seem to be able to go longer than most movies. Video games, it's all different forms of media. And they all play, and then I believe that all that plays a factor in it as well. Of course, what's going on behind the scenes as far as business, a fan base following. If a show isn't getting the ratings, we know it'll get canceled. Mm-hmm. All kinds of things. A video game, if there's not a great profit off of all the production costs. Same thing with movies. If movies, break even, they're probably not going to make, after them, if it costs $1 million to make a movie, and they only made $1 million back after, the ticket sales and all that stuff and whatever, then usually they're not going to make another movie because they said, we barely made our profit back. Like we barely made our money back, and we might have made a small profit, so it really wasn't worth it. You know.
Yeah, and I mean that's what they said. They're not making another Hulk movie even after Avengers. Like they're making another Iron Man, another Thor, another Captain America, and they're making another Hulk movie. And that's because the last two Hulk movies they made about the same amount of money, and that wasn't much. So there's no profit there. And a lot of times, we as fans, we want something to continue for a very long time, but then if it's TV, it's not getting enough ratings. If it's a video game and they make enough money, movies didn't make enough money. It's a business, and I understand that. I understand that studios have to make money. Then on the flip side, though, in their quest to make money, sometimes they'll continue things long after they should, quite honestly. Okay, Transformers 4 is going to be released, and it's going to be done by Michael Bay. Last I heard, he wasn't going to be attached to the film, but he is, and now it's happening. And they killed off all the Decepticons. I seriously have no idea where they're going with this. But hey, they're doing it because the first 3 movies made a buttload of money. And this one is going to make a buttload of money because we're all going to see it no matter what. We're going to see it. Let's just be honest. We're going to watch it. Even if it's terrible, we're going to watch it. And we're going to complain about it. And they're going to keep making movies. So, hey, that's it. And that's the line there between continuing something to make money or doing it for creative purposes, Yeah.
And piggybacking off of your statement about creative purposes, that's another thing. Like if a franchise decides to continue on because of an artistic thing, and deciding if you are going to continue a franchise, how do you do that? We're seeing what like something what like Mass Effect is doing. They've said that the trilogy of Commander Shepard is over, but they do plan on making more games, but just setting it in the universe of Mass Effect, but using other characters, other storylines because of their lore, being so rich that they can go somewhere else in the universe and continue on with the story. We also see how we stated with God of War Ascension. They're not continuing on the franchise after the credits roll. They're going backwards doing a prequel thing. And that's going on the route of Star Wars. And other people have done that because sometimes we begin to notice that you can go backwards to go forward. That's something we've seen in books a lot of the times. Also, who else did it in movies?
Well, Lord of the Rings going back and doing The Hobbit.
Lord of the Rings going back and doing The Hobbit, and the X-Men going back and doing X-Men First Class.
Awesome movie. Yeah.
So it's showing that you can as they go backwards to go forward. You can also go elsewhere into your universe to find other people and introduce other characters.
And that's I think those are some of the best ways that you can get away with continuing something after it would usually end. If you have a good lore you can pull from, you can go back and do prequels. 9 times out of 10, if you were good with what you've been making beforehand, chances are anything else you're going to make is going to be good. Unless you have the studios who, after the creators decide to leave, try to continue on anyway. That's what's happening with Halo 4. The new Halo trilogy. Halo making money, so they're going to keep going. Okay, doesn't care that Bungie left. 343 is going to do it. I'm kind of hopeful for it. I mean, I don't have any reason right now to think that it's not going to be good. It's going to be terrible or anything. It may not be as good as what Bungie have been putting out, but, you know, I mean, I'm hopeful for it.
They hopped out there and said that it's going to be a complete trilogy.
Yeah, complete trilogy. So they're just going hard with it. But, I mean, hey, more power to them. They can pull it off. But so those are some of the best ways, I believe, to do it. But then you have the people who pull out reboots. And reboots is kind of almost a curse word now in the fanboy world because some people do it so terribly. But I do believe there's a right way to do a reboot. I think reboots done well can be very helpful. Batman Begins was the reboot of the Batman franchise. I've been dead for a long time, and awesome now. You know, Christopher Nolan did an awesome job. We got Dark Knight Rises now, and that's probably gonna be awesome too. I think that's a good thing, a good point though. That there needs to be distance. I think sometimes between the last time something was done with the franchise and then it's starting up again. I know now that studios don't put time between the last sequel and then a reboot because money.
Whenever
gonna make money. Yeah, I just don't want to come back. Okay, we'll just reboot it. You know, and that's why it's become a terrible thing now, rebooting, because they've done stuff like that. But, you know, other times it can be good. Look at comic books. DC Comics did the New 52. One of the good things that came out of that, some bad things, but one of the good things was Wonder Woman now has a good ongoing series, which is something that we didn't have for a long time. I don't know why, but hey, now we have it. So that's something good that came out of it, you know. So reboots can be helpful. Yeah. Sometimes reboots don't help anything. So, you know, so reboots can be helpful. The main theme in all of this is if you're going to continue a franchise, whether it's a prequel, whether it's a spinoff, whether it's a reboot, just be good at it.
That's the answer to everything.
Yes.
Just be good.
Yes. If you're
what
going,
you do.
Yeah, but I mean,
don't suck, because it probably will suck.
Yeah. And that's just that. I mean, you know, studios, if you're using the same creators, chances are it's going to continue to be good. If the past creators were bad and you get some new creators, then I guess you're still taking a risk either way. If you lose the original creators because they're smart enough to get away from it, and then you get some new people, I don't know. I mean, we're going to see with Halo. We're going to find out what happens. But I mean, you know, there's no clear-cut answer. All franchises need to end, no matter what medium, right here at this many amount of sequels. Legend of Zelda, you're doing awesome. Continue on forever. I don't care. You can make as many games as you want because you've been doing a good job. So, just be good. If you're going to do it, just be good. So there. We've answered the question. We won the internet.